Imagine this. You're lying in bed at 2 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, and your brain is a chaotic mess of what-ifs. You just spent 3 hours with her. You talked, you laughed, and everything seemed fine. But now that you're alone, that one agonizing question is eating you alive. Does she actually like me, or am I just another guy in her phone? You replay every second of the night like a detective looking for a hidden clue in a crime scene. You remember how she laughed at that joke that wasn't even that funny. You remember how she tucked her hair behind her ear when you looked her in the eyes. You remember how she stayed in the car for 10 extra minutes even though she said she was tired. Was that a green light? Or was she just being polite? You feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, and you're terrified that if you jump, if you actually tell her how you feel or try to make a move, you're going to fall flat on your face and lose everything. So you do the one thing that is guaranteed to kill the connection. You do nothing. You wait. You wait for a sign that is so obvious even a child couldn't miss it. You wait for her to grab you by the collar and say, "I want you." But here is the cold, hard truth that most men will never understand until it's too late. That moment is never coming. If you are waiting for a woman to be direct, you are waiting for a train at an airport. It's not that she's playing games. It's not that she wants to make your life difficult. It's because the feminine language of attraction isn't built on words. It's built on energy, nuance, and subtext. While you're looking for a billboard, she's sending you 1,000 radio frequencies. If you don't know how to tune in, you're going to spend your whole life tuned to static, wondering why other guys seem to get lucky while you're left in the friend zone graveyard. This is the ultimate guide to reading the invisible language of women so you never have to guess again. The biggest mistake men make is assuming that women think like men. We are logical. We are direct. If we want something, we say it. If we like a girl, we want to solve the problem of being single by pursuing her. But women operate in a world of social risk. For a woman to be direct and get rejected is a massive blow to her social standing and her internal sense of grace. So, she uses a sophisticated system of plausible deniability. Every sign she gives you is designed to be just subtle enough that if you don't respond, she can pretend she never sent it. She's protecting her heart and she's testing your strength. She's looking for the man who is calibrated enough to see the signal and brave enough to act on it without needing a permission slip. When you fail to see these signs, she doesn't think you're a nice guy. She thinks you're blind. She thinks you lack the masculine intuition to lead. And once she decides you can't lead, the attraction starts to evaporate. It's like a fire that runs out of oxygen. It doesn't matter how hot the spark was at the beginning. If there's no movement, there's no flame. Let's talk about the first layer of the secret language, the mirroring of attention. In a world where everyone is addicted to their phones, attention is the most valuable currency on the planet. If a woman is sitting across from you and her phone stays face down on the table, or better yet, stays in her purse the entire time, she is making a massive investment. You might think she's just being polite. She isn't. Think about how often she checks her phone when she's with her friends, her family, or even when she's alone. If she has voluntarily cut herself off from the rest of the world to be fully present with you, she is signaling that you are the most interesting thing in her universe at that moment. But it goes deeper than just the phone. Watch her body. Is she leaning in? When you speak, does she tilt her head slightly to the side? This is a biological softening. It's an unconscious way of exposing her neck and showing that she feels safe in your presence. When a woman feels safe, she opens up. When she opens up, attraction has room to grow. If she's sitting back with her arms crossed, checking the time or looking around the room, the door is closed. But if she is focused on you like you're the only person in the room, the door isn't just open. She's standing on the porch waiting for you to walk in. Now let's look at the micro smiles. There is a social smile, which is what she gives the barista or the guy she bumps into on the street. It's polite, it's quick, and it's mostly with the mouth. Then there is the attraction smile. This is a smile that reaches her eyes and lingers just a half second longer than necessary. If you notice that she's smiling at things you say that aren't even that funny, she's not laughing at the joke. She's laughing because she likes the feeling of being with you. The smile is her way of saying, "I like this energy, keep going." Many men get self-conscious here. They think, why is she smiling? Is there something on my face? No. She's trying to make the environment comfortable for you to take a risk. She is lowering the barriers. If you don't recognize this as an invitation to turn up the heat, the smile will eventually fade into a polite mask, and she'll start to think you're just a friend. Let's dive into the second group of signs, which are much more emotional and harder to fake. This is what I call the softening. When a woman starts to develop feelings for a man, her entire vibe shifts when she's around him. If she is normally a high-powered, career-driven, or tough woman, but she becomes gentler, quieter, or even a bit shy around you, that is a massive green light. She is letting her guard down. Watch her voice. Does the pitch change? Does it become a bit higher or more melodic when she talks to you? Does she speak more slowly? This is her biology trying to harmonize with yours. It's an ancient, primal signal of receptivity. On the flip side, notice her reaction to other women. This is the jealousy flicker. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just mention a female coworker or a female friend in passing. Don't make it a big deal. Just watch her face for 1 second. Do her eyes narrow? Does she stop smiling for a brief moment? Does she ask a probing question like, "Oh, is she the one you always work with?" If you see that flicker of tension, you have your answer. She doesn't want to share your attention. She is claiming territory in her mind. A woman who doesn't like you won't care if you talk about other women. In fact, she'll probably try to set you up with them. But a woman who sees you as a potential partner will feel a sting of competition. That sting is the proof of her investment. The third layer is where most men get terrified, but it's actually the most exciting. These are the verbal tests. A woman will often throw out hypothetical questions to see how you react. She might ask, "Do you think men should always make the first move?" Or, "Why are you still single?" These are not casual questions. She's not looking for a philosophical debate. She is handing you the keys to the kingdom. When she asks if men should make the first move, she is literally telling you, "I want you to make a move on me, but I need to know you're the kind of man who has the guts to do it." If you answer with something weak like, "I don't know, I think it should be equal," you have failed the test. You have shown her that you are afraid of your own masculinity. The correct answer isn't in the words, it's in the confidence. It's in looking her in the eyes and saying, "I think a man who knows what he wants should go after it." That's the answer she's looking for. She's looking for a leader. Then there's the relationship status probe. She won't ask you if you have a girlfriend directly because that's too vulnerable. Instead, she'll say something like, "I bet you have a lot of girls texting you," or, "What did you do this weekend? Did you go out on a date?" She is fishing. She wants to know if the coast is clear. She's trying to figure out where she fits in your life without having to admit that she wants to fit in your life. If you see her doing this, stop being oblivious. She is checking the available box in her head. She is looking for an opening. But here is the most important part of this entire script. You can recognize every single one of these signs, the lingering smiles, the phone being away, the jealousy flicker, the verbal probes, and it won't mean a damn thing if you don't act. There is a window of opportunity in every interaction. It's like a portal that opens up. When the energy is high, when the signs are flashing, the portal is open. If you step through it, by escalating the conversation, by touching her arm, by asking her out on a real date, or by moving in for a kiss, the connection evolves. But if you stand there looking at the signs like a deer in headlights, the portal begins to close. And once it closes, it is incredibly hard to pry it back open. A woman's attraction is not a permanent state. It is a fluid, moving target. She will give you the green light, but she won't leave it on forever. If you don't move, she assumes you're either not interested or you're too afraid. And let me tell you, there is nothing that kills attraction faster for a woman than a man who is afraid of her. She doesn't want to be the one to lead. She doesn't want to be the one to take the risk. She wants to be pursued by a man who is more powerful than his own fear. When you see the signs and you do nothing, you are telling her that your fear of rejection is bigger than your desire for her. That is a weak signal. And women are not attracted to weakness. Think back to all the times you walked away from a girl and felt that heavy weight in your chest. That, "I should have said something" feeling. That's your intuition telling you that you missed the signal. You felt the energy but you didn't trust it. You wanted a guarantee. You wanted her to sign a contract saying she wouldn't reject you. But in the world of attraction there are no guarantees. There is only calculated risk. The signs are there to tell you that the risk is low, but you still have to be the one to take it. The difference between the guy who gets the girl and the guy who sits at home wondering, "What if," isn't looks or money or even game. It's the ability to read the moment and the courage to act on it. She's leaning in, you lean in. She's lingering, you stay. She's probing, you lead. It's a dance. But you have to be the one to pick the music and start the first step. Most men are blind to the fact that women are actually incredibly generous with their signs. They want to be found. They want you to succeed. They are literally rooting for you to be the man they want you to be. Every hair flip, every laugh at a bad joke, every accidental touch of the arm is her way of shouting at you to wake up and take charge. Stop looking for reasons why she doesn't like you. Stop looking for excuses to stay safe. Start looking for the invitation. If you've spent your life feeling like you're missing a secret code, it's because you've been looking at the surface. You've been listening to what she says instead of watching what she does. You've been waiting for logic in a realm that is ruled by emotion. From this moment forward, you are no longer allowed to be oblivious. You are no longer allowed to say, "I didn't know." You can feel it in the air when the energy shifts. You can see it in the way she looks at you when she thinks you're not looking. You can hear it in the silence between her words. The next time you're with a woman and you feel that spark, don't go back to your room and analyze it. Don't ask your friends what it means. Look at her. Is she present? Is she softening? Is she testing your initiative? If the answer is yes, then the green light is on. Don't wait for it to turn yellow. Don't wait for it to turn red. Put your foot on the gas and move forward. Even if you're wrong, it's better to be a man who dared and failed than a man who was too afraid to even try. Because the man who tries learns how to read the signs better for next time. The man who stays still never learns anything. You have the tools now. You know that her silence is often an invitation. You know that her questions are often tests. You know that her attention is her most honest investment. The only thing left is for you to decide what kind of man you're going to be. Are you going to be the detective replaying the night in his head at 2 a.m.? Or are you going to be the man who made the move, took the lead, and is now sleeping soundly because he doesn't have to wonder? The language of women is beautiful, complex, and subtle. It's designed to weed out the men who aren't paying attention and reward the men who are. It's a filter for confidence. Once you learn to speak it, the world becomes a completely different place. You stop seeing rejection as a threat and start seeing signals as a map. You become the man who knows exactly where he stands. This is the end of your confusion. This is the end of your hesitation. The signs are everywhere. The only question is, are you brave enough to follow them? If you want to dive deeper into the specific ways to move from these signs into a real connection without it feeling forced or awkward, you need to keep learning. Don't let this knowledge sit idle. Use it, refine it, master it. And if you found this breakdown helpful and you want to ensure you never miss another opportunity again, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay ahead of the curve. Your future is determined by the actions you take when the moment is hot. Don't let it cool down. Take action now and start living the life you were meant to have.